Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sunday, where we sail the Sunless Sea with me, Bardon. So we just picked up some clay men here in polythereme, and we've also advanced some story elements as well. So I think we're done here. So let's launch and head a bit further east because again, I'm pretty sure there's something else there. Now let's see what we have to do here. The unsettled salvager has requested a diving suit so that she may descend and find Lady Black, a spirit understood to dwell in the abyssal deeps. You could grant her permission and a diving suit and allow her to throw herself into the blackest black. Or perhaps you could bring her back to London and commit her to the Royal Bethlehem Hotel. Give your permission, refuse. It is dangerous to be too long underwater outside the protection of a submarine. After 7 minutes, the fears set in. After 14, the visions start. After 21, there is no return. Let's give her permission and see what happens. To rise no more, you help the salvager don the heavy diving suit. The two of you are alone on deck. Your crew has refused to be present. Once dressed, the salvager clanks over to the gap in the railings. She stares down into the black before turning to you. She holds her hand over her heart and leaps backwards off the deck. Apocyanic, what? An apocyanic, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Spray bursts from the calm Z. It should be an at least at the start of it, which would help with the pronunciation. Exactly 21 minutes later, the line goes taut. You draw up the line, but there is no one in the suit. You draw up only ancient axes and addies, discolored by salt, tied to the suit with strands of kelp. You now have 5 outlandish artifacts, and we got into the sea. The unsettled salvager is willing to sail far to find her. Okay, let's close that. So I guess that's the end of the unsettled salvager. Hopefully she's settled now. Okay, so let's continue on this way. Let's just see what we're gonna find. There are no islands, okay. Well, there's some coral at least. Regal complexus. Port Cecil, that's where we want to go for our mission from the Admiralty. So that was definitely worth popping over in this direction. So where exactly was it on the map? Okay, so we're going pretty much the right direction. Discovered Port Cecil, good. And we gained a secret. Speak to your officers to improve your abilities. Let's speak to you then. Let's increase our veil, so it costs us in secret. Yeah, let's do that. I want to talk about steam and motion. I still see every coil of vapor. Spending a secret would improve your veils, but no higher than 50. An allegory of engines. The engineer has learnt a great deal about the powers and weaknesses of steel and fire and water. Once she must have been an extraordinary asset, but she can only express what she knows as poetry filtered through half-erotic visions, roses and rivers and something like rain. It's quite pretty in its way, but it makes it challenging to understand what bit of the engine you need to bang on when the engine won't go. Okay, cool. Okay, and that's done. So we now no longer have any more secrets, but at least we upped our stats a little. Okay, so Port Cecil is up here. And once we pull in here, like once we're finished here, I think we need to be thinking about heading home then. Let's get ourselves in here. Okay, and then let's dock. Port Cecil. Okay, I contacted the labyrinth. Let's gather intelligence first, though. The older inhabitants of Port Cecil carry coral encrusted like a disease, splotch with silvery light. They look to go up into the limestone heights behind the harbour, to lay their heads against the pillars and towers, stare at the roof of the neath, dream, open-eyed. Sometimes they speak of things far away. The Khanate's work, the smuggler's war, the Fathom King's secrets. Perhaps it's not all invented. There we go. That's a port report. Okay, then the next thing we want to do is do the Admiralty one. The Admiral gave you directions to meet your contact. Left, right, down, into the labyrinth of coral outside Port Cecil, over the silvered vein, past the castellations to the unfinished court. Rubbery torment. Here is a rubbery man, one of the squid-faced bipedal things that infest the sadder hovels of fallen London. It looks ill or infected. The pearly glow of the coral throbs from a seam along its shoulder, its arm. Its arm pulses in its face fronds. Oath the Ruth, it pipes cheerfully. It hands you a page of notes smeared with tangerine goo. Can rubbery men write? The hand is elegant and disciplined. Times and dates precisely recorded. So we finished our commission. That's good. Now, let's play some chess. That's always fun. One more game. You don't know how long you've been playing. You won a match. Another. The rough coral tips of the chess pieces are smeared with blood. Yours, your opponent's. But you have begun to realize. Hang on. But you have begun to realize that your moves recapitulate the movements of the powers of the neath, the flukes and their shapelings, the bazaar that lurks in London, Mount Nomad that prowls the sea, salt, stone, storm. With every move you take, the shape of it becomes clearer in your mind, sharper. Checkmate, you say. One more game? Your first officer is tugging at your arm. Ignore them. You have chess to play. Enough games and something else will occur. Win enough games. Okay, well, let's try again. Seems we did up our pages. A loss. Your opponent shakes your hand. Time to go, she tells you. But don't worry, you'll be back. Her touch lingers. Her fingers are cold. Okay, we gained a fragment. We gained one terror. Yeah, I think, well, first of all, let's talk to you. And let's increase our pages. Okay, then let's try this again. A disciplined success. Odd thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. That one has a secret desire for revenge against the slayer of its rank mates. This will be a queen one day. Those would do better as metal. You taste the metal. You ignore these thoughts and move methodically to a victory over your opponent. He blinks. Checkmate, he asks helplessly. Okay, let's try again. A tough challenge. A distraction. You don't often look at chess pieces, not really look. The bishop with their hooks, the knight with its mane and teeth, the king and the cream, white mingled with red, the roots that pin the corner of the board down to keep you safe from your opponent. You lift a paw to toy with it. Not pawn, to toy with it. Touch its velvety pads. Checkmate, your opponent says. She grins. Look too closely, did we? You need to be careful with Scintillac chess sets. Her face is blank, and white as the dome of a chess pawn. Get out. Get back to the ship until the waking dream of the coral clears. Okay, we gain 5 terror. I think we can play again. Let's go for it. A loss. Okay. Your opponent shakes your hand. Time to go, she tells you. But don't worry, you'll be back. Her touch lingers. Her fingers are cold. Okay, let's try again. A distraction. Oh, another loss. Okay, let's try one more time. No, okay. Okay, I'm gonna try until maybe, let's try 2 more times. Another loss. Okay. We can't do anything there. Okay, yeah, let's try. Okay, 3, 2. Oh, a disciplined success. There we go. Odd thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. Okay, we read that one before. Developments. Principles end. Principality. The coral is changing. Nice. Okay, gather scintillac. A high risk challenge. Your mirror's quality gives you 30% chance of success. Fails, mirrors. So we don't have anybody bumping up our mirrors at the moment, but we'll give it a go. The best of the coral will fetch a high price in London, but walk the reefs of the principles and you risk delusion and despair. Take your crew and go carefully. Polypoid whispers. It's against local law and custom to break coral from the reef, and you've seen the scars of those who tried, the acid burns, the blind silver eyes. So you're looking for loose fragments. Today the sea is calm and you find a good few candidates. They lie shining softly like droplets of moon. But after a little while, you become concerned that their eyes, that each is watching you. When you close your fist around one, it examines your blood with amused delight. When you put them together in your pocket, they clatter and gossip together. Of course, you think, they broke from the shining mind. They have its vitality, but not its weariness of experience. You will have to lock them in separate boxes, lest they peep at you when you're bathing and see who you are. The thought of their sight on your skin fills you with horror. What if your skin turned clear? What if they saw your bones? You come back to yourself when you see one of your sailors fall on his back and start kicking delightedly in the air like a beetle. Gravity, he cries, I have fallen. You hasten back to the ship with your haul of coral before it can do any further damage. So we've got 1 scintillac, we've got 1 terror. Okay. We now can't do anything else there with that one. We don't need to play chess. Okay, so we're pretty much done there then. Okay, so map. I think maybe going a little south in here and seeing if we can find something else there might be an idea. Let's give it a go. Let's set sail and just head on down that way. But we do have to be careful. You know, we've only got 7 supplies and 14 fuel. So we're pretty much at half of what we had when we left London. So we can't go too far. But we can send a Z-bed out a few times. Okay, we'll just go a little bit further. Oh, look at the big shark. Maybe we won't go a little bit further. Yeah, let's not push our luck. Okay, so then we're going to go head towards the salt lines and call in. Maybe, well, we've gone to Godfall already. So, we've already gone there. polythereme. Maybe I forget. Is station 3 somewhere where we're not supposed to call? I can't remember, but we might have to. I think it might actually be an idea to go maybe just a little further north. Yeah, go up this way and then come down. That's what we're going to do. No islands, okay. At least we're going to uncover, again, just a little bit more of the map each time. I think it's good. I think with Father Ted, it's kind of everything is going to be kind of a little bit slow and steady, and just try to make sure that when we do succumb to the sea next time, that we've left the next captain with a vastly more expanded map. Well, we need to run now though. Oh, this is good. At least they're falling behind. But they will kind of catch up a little when, we have to straighten up to go where we want to go, so. It's not going to be too long before they drop behind and give up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's give it a little bit longer, just so that they don't regain interest. Okay, so there's something there, but it's probably underwater. So let's just continue on our merry way. And is there anywhere else? So I think the salt lines, yeah, out of this area here, the salt lines is the only one that we haven't called in on. We could maybe call into Renderbite. Oh, look at that. That's definitely something to run away from. Frosty Corsair. It's faster than us too, but it hasn't spotted us yet, which is good. But it's not too far away from doing so. Okay, we've got some kind of vortex, to the north. This must be Void's approach. The air crackles with frosty radiation. To the north, the false stars fail in the darkness. now we do have to cut down to the south. I'd like to uncover more of here, but we have to be mindful of our situation with regards to supplies and fuel. But overall, so far this has been a pretty successful voyage. Well, we're getting weird dreams now. Probably because our terror has gone over the 50 mark again. A lot of that was thanks to our chest plane. But we need to run for this jelly floor. Definitely gonna take an interest in us, I think. Yeah, here we go. Okay, get to us though, which is good. Now we need to go this side of the abyss. Oh, it's leaving us alone, okay. Well, we appreciate that. Oh, maybe it's not. It's coming this way, but it's not actually after us. Okay. So hopefully we have enough echoes when we pop in here. And even though our supplies are low, we can still call in the sisters on the way home, which kind of makes it tempting then to go to Vanderbite as well. Oh, we need to run though. Pirate frigate. They're definitely going to hit us at least once. But they haven't spotted us yet. Let's get into Zealport before they do. Okay, let's back off. Again, and there we go. Okay, the salt lines. Let's compile our port report. No, we only got 76 echoes, so not even close. Let's visit the Unmakers though. We lost 5 terror, which is great. We gained 1 fragment. Fungal tisane and tea cakes. We get funding from the bazaar, it's true, but Station 4, I wouldn't call it Station 4, is a little grandiose. The stones are stuffed with secrets, but most of them are used as garden statuary or occult ballast. Most of them. Some go down to the places under the bazaar. More tea cakes. Okay, that's interesting. Now let's let you head off wherever you're going. We'll make our way to where we're going. So over to Vanderbite. We will have to be, well, we'll have to pick it up. Oh, okay now. I was going to say, we will have to be careful of Z-bats around, or bat swarms, not Z-bats. But pirates as well, apparently, because there's one there. Oh. This big git as well. Come on, let's go. Oh, yeah, you attack him. Don't attack us. No, don't attack us, I said. Stop making it easier for the big crab to get us. Okay, at least they're getting in each other's way now. It looks like we're okay, so let's back off. Although that little crab might catch up the auroral megalops. Okay, so we're gonna make it there before he gets to us now. So I'm happy just going at normal pace. There's the bat swarm I was worried about. Let's just pick it up just a tiny bit. And then dock. Okay. Let's see. Let's get the gossip. There's a port report. Okay. One of the tomb colonists takes an obvious interest in your crew, specifically the Cladriere. Okay. The tomb colonist draws you a little away from the Cladriere. Don't tell her you met me, he says, in a hoarse wrath. Her mother cut my voice. Hoped to fix it so I wouldn't be able to look for my daughter, so I wouldn't want to, he wheezes. Didn't work. Operations never completely effective. Need to know my daughter's well, happy, finding enough patients, getting enough to eat and so forth. In exchange for the simplest news, he explains himself. I'm her father, he says. Ordinary engineer, not the sort of parent she would want. If you wish to tell the heir about this encounter, you can do so by speaking with her. Okay? Yeah, let's speak to her. Okay, so unlock with... Okay, we got that, so... Wow, that's a lot. So we need to do something else, I guess, before we do that. Okay, so let's go back to the tomb colony. We don't want the glass of wine. Let's explore. We gain 1 terror, and we got 1 lamentable relic. A tomb colonist hobbles towards you. I will not, she hissed fiercely. I will not. Not for the sanatorium. Nor for the emergence. I lived, and I will die. She draws a sword from her sash. You jump back. Tomb colonists, fearless and long experience, are famed for their dueling skills. She raises the sword, flourishes it, and beheads herself with a triumphant cry. Her head bounces across the ground towards you. Okay, that's a bit weird, but I guess we'll take it. And let's see if there's anything new here. No, okay. Okay, and I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, so let's actually end the video there, and then we make our way back to London next time. So that's it from me and from Father Ted. So if you have enjoyed, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and perhaps posting a comment. And we really do hope to see all of you next time. Goodbye.